welcome to the Eyes Open Network. Today is March 21st, 2016. Sorry for being away. I had a very busy week, and unfortunately there was very little in the way of time to create some more videos. So we're back. Haven't gone anywhere. What I find alarming, though, is in the last week or so that very little talk has come out of anywhere about anything going on in the Middle East, in the South China Sea, Russia. There was a small little story about Russia pulling out of Syria, but that was just a chess move on Russia's part. But China's economy going in the tank. There's lots going on, but it's amazing how this U.S. presidential election has absolutely mesmerized, dominated, capitalized on the fear that is being spread. It's a wonderful distraction, don't you think? In order to allow for some crazy stuff to happen in other parts of the world when no one's paying attention. You need to spend more time with your Eyes Open Network, alternative news, alternative media, digging to find these things. North Korea, just hours ago, 3-4 hours ago, has launched 5 new missiles into the East Sea, right off the northeastern coast. And that's 15. If you're keeping count, North Korea has launched 15 different projectiles on 4 different dates since firing their long-range missile on February 7th. That's a whole lot of testing. They believe, or it is believed, pardon me, I would say they, the royal they. It is believed, though, that their 5th nuclear test is going to take place right away. This pint-sized dictator who is clearly needs to be removed, taken care of, whatever the heck needs to happen. But this guy is ruining the lives of so many people in North Korea. Now, this isn't news to anybody I know. But he's just getting more and more brazen. He doesn't care about United Nations sanctions. He doesn't care about United Nations policy. He doesn't care about what the U.S. says. He doesn't care what China says. He doesn't care what Russia says. He doesn't care what anybody says. He just continues to test more missiles. Test missiles to show that he can launch satellites, which proves that he's got distance. The real threat here is to understand whether or not they have actually created a small enough H-bomb to attach it to a ballistic missile. I'm just saying, yes, I believe they have. The ramping up of the testing that's been going on in light of everything that's being said to him and the warnings that he's been given, etc., etc. Why would he be testing so aggressively? It would make more sense that small hydrogen bomb that he's created can be affixed to one of these ballistic missiles. It is not something to take lightly. And I know I've posted for this North Korea and quite a bit in the last little while because, quite frankly, I'm a little bit alarmed with the lack of news that's going on in the different parts of the world. Because there's a lot going on. Economic collapse, economic strife, economic problems. Whether you pay attention or not, thousands and thousands of people die in the Middle East every single day through bombing. You know, we take it for granted living here in North America. There's bombing and there's shells and there's military warplanes flying overhead. There's military helicopters. Guys walking around with guns. It's just people getting shot up all over the place. So you take it for granted that you're living over here in North America. And then you get this wonderful distraction of Trump and all of his protesters and his rallies and all this crazy stuff that's going on. It's very, 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 very interesting. What do you think? Leave me some comments below. Let me know. Are your eyes open? Or do you just think that this is a big joke? Wake up. Stuff is happening. Eyes Open Network.